We've all been there. In fact, it happened to me 2 days ago. So on Friday night, about 6 or 7 o'clock, I did that thing and I checked the weather forecast for the next day. All week it said it was going to be sunshine, and then suddenly, at the last minute, it changed to dark clouds and light rain. And I immediately felt myself falling into the same old trap. Well, that's great. That's the weekend ruined. And honestly, a big part of me just wanted to stay on the couch, order that takeaway, and watch that movie. But as I've always said, you can't wait for motivation. You need to take action first. You can't let being tired or the weather changing become the reason that you stop living your life. So I got up, I packed my bag, I got changed, and at 8:30 on Friday night I loaded the car and decided I was going to make the weekend work. Oh, and my apologies, some of the footage may be a touch bright in places because I bought the new DJI Pocket 4 and I'm still getting used to it. Do you remember when you were a kid and used to go to that place where there was maybe 10 or 15 trees and you and your friends would play there for hours and just have the best time picking up sticks and kidding on they were swords or just all sorts of make-believe? And when your summer holidays came about, you could lose up to 2 months in the place. But what I've realised is that the older that I got, I started to value my time by the output of the investment of time. So for example, is it worth driving for 2 hours to go and take photographs if you're not going to get a good photograph at the end of it? And as I've said in a couple of my other videos, it's really important to fall in love with the journey and not the destination. So if you take me for example just now, an hour ago I was lying on the couch looking at the weather forecast app and it had changed for tomorrow. It went from being nice to being cloudy with some rain. So already I could feel in my head that I was starting to make excuses to say, well, there's no point going out. I'll not get the photograph. It might be terrible weather. But I caught myself because that's what you've got to do. And I forced myself to pack the bag, pack the car, and we're currently on a 2-hour drive at 9 o'clock in the evening to the other side of the country so that I can sleep in the tent box on top of the car, and hopefully in the morning I'm going to get met with a nice sunrise. Now I might not, but I really don't care because this is all super exciting. The light outside is just incredible. I mean, there's storm clouds that way, there's sun this way, and the rainbow that you can't see is just incredible. So yeah, I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I have no idea if we're going to get any photographs, but you know what? We're going to try. So I was full of enthusiasm, driving off into the night, and my only concern was, what was the morning going to be like? Hello and welcome to the beach at North Beric. It's been quite an adventurous morning already. Unfortunately, as you can maybe see in the background, a bank of cloud came in and stopped the sunrise from being the very best it could, but it's still a lovely morning. It's been an eventful night. We arrived in the pitch black and I didn't get a chance to show you me setting up camp. And then I made a rookie mistake of setting my alarm for 4 o'clock in the morning for Friday, but today's Saturday. But I did manage to wake up. It was 5 o'clock in the dot. There was a mad rush to pack away camp and get out with the camera. So I've got the entire beach to myself just now. It's super quiet and it's a wonderful morning. And already I know that effort that I made last night was well worth it. So let's do some photography. I'm not going to lie, in this clip here I was trying to do a nice cool moody shot, walking over to take the photograph, and as you can see, look, oh, nearly went there, nearly went there. Yeah, my knees and hips aren't what they used to be. Okay, so I'm going to try and get out the road here. What you can see in the distance is Bass Rock. It looks very small on this, I know. But one of the things that we talked about in the last video was leading lines. And I can't believe my luck, because I've got this water that is running all the way down, all through the beach, carving lovely patterns. And where are they pointing? Directly to Bass Rock. So I'm going to put you away for a second. We're going to set up the camera and see if we can't get a couple of shots of this. The conditions really couldn't have been any better for this, and the fact that the leading lines were there were just an added bonus. So here's a few of the shots that I got here. Do you know what I think might work out quite good? Might be worthwhile doing some long exposure photography. Oh, and another tip, if you're going to be on a beach and you're looking to spend a bit of time here, watch where your footprints go because they could ruin the next shot. So I'm hoping that you're finding this video useful and it's motivating you to get out a little bit more with your camera. And if you're anything like me and need those constant little nudges to keep that excitement alive, then a great way to do that is through my weekly newsletter. Every week I send something out that hopefully resonates with you, keeps you inspired, and reminds you why you picked up a camera in the first place. And even better, if you sign up, you get my completely free ebook on starting photography after 50. It's full of advice on how to improve your photography, but more importantly, how to get started without making all the mistakes that I made along the way. The link is in the description below, and hopefully I'll see you over there. So unfortunately the light is not particularly great at the moment, but I hope you can see what I'm trying to think about here as I've got these two rocks in the foreground. Right through the gap we've got the island out in the middle of the sea. So I'm going to do maybe a couple of long exposures, and one of the things to have when you're doing long exposure is a couple of fixed subjects so that no matter how long the shutter is open, they will never move, and that's what gives you the focus point. What I'm hoping to do here is smooth out all the waves, all the water, and see what we get. So back to the main point of the video, and that was to make sure that you don't miss these opportunities. I swear to God, I was sitting on the couch last night and I was that close to just saying the weekend was a washout. But basically here I am. I'm the only person on this 2-mile long beach. It's an absolutely glorious morning. There's been some good light, there's been some average light, but it's been absolutely worthwhile. So what are you doing? Are you sitting at home? Are you thinking, I might cut the grass today? Or are you going to go out and embrace the thing that you love? Because that's the great thing about photography. No matter the weather, you can still make a photograph. So go out there and do it. When you're in the right frame of mind, everything starts becoming a photograph. But if you've already closed yourself off because you're tired or the weather's bad or you can't be bothered, then even lifting the camera to your eye starts to feel like effort. So as I drove home, the light was still beautiful and I made a deal with myself. The deal was, if I saw a photograph that I wanted to take, I was going to find somewhere safe to stop and go and take it. And I ended up doing that several times on the way home. Honestly, I think some of these turned out to be the best photographs from the whole trip. I even managed to fit in a little bit of completely unplanned wildlife photography. And it reminded me of something. The journey really is as important as the destination. Not metaphorically, literally. Because every time you stop, every time you take a photograph, and every time you train yourself to notice light, compositions or moments, you improve. The more photographs you take, the faster you evolve, and the greater your chances are of getting that one shot that makes the whole trip worthwhile. If the advice and tips in this video have been helping you, and you want to take your photography a step further, then I would highly recommend checking out my 2 ebooks. One on composition, and one on getting sharp photographs. Because honestly, these were the 2 biggest struggles that I had when I started photography, and it took me a ridiculous amount of time to finally get good at both of them. And a big reason for that was because I tried to work everything out myself. I tried to reinvent the wheel instead of learning from people who already understood it. But you don't have to do that. In both books, everything is clearly explained, step by step, in a way that's easy to understand and easy to apply in the real world. So if you want to improve your photography faster, avoid years of frustration, and make the absolute most of the time you spend with your camera, these books will genuinely help you. And if you want to pick up both together, there's even a discount. Thanks so much for the support, guys, and as always, the link is in the description. You know, there's another good thing about coming out at this time in the morning. Some of the public parking is free between 6 o'clock at night and 8 in the morning. So I've got until 8 o'clock, and by that time the sun will be way up and I'll be on my way home, and that's when everybody else gets out their bed. I must say, it was the most remarkable experience, and having the whole place to myself was just the cherry on top. So if you're in two minds, just listen to your gut and get out there. I thought I'd finish by admitting something and maybe dispelling a myth along the way. Not all photographs, even taken by great photographers, and I don't include myself, turn out great. Sometimes they don't even turn out good. And for every photograph I've shown you in this video, there were another 10 that didn't make the cut and will never make it into my portfolio. Not because they were terrible photographs, but because for one reason or another, they just didn't sit right with me. And I thought it might be useful to actually show you some of these, because hopefully you can still see the intent behind them, even if the final result didn't quite work. And this is why it's so important to keep taking photographs, to experiment, to move around and to try different compositions. Because honestly, it's far better to come home with 10 slightly different versions of the same photograph than one single shot that you're convinced is brilliant. Because if it isn't, that's all you've got. So give yourself options, give yourself choices. And as with the whole theme of this video, the more you do it, the better you get. So as you can see, had I stayed on the couch on Friday night, this video wouldn't have happened and I wouldn't have these photographs. And if you're new to the channel, or this is the first video of mine you've watched, then I'd start with this one next. It's part of a playlist designed specifically to help us older photographers make up for lost time. Thanks for watching, guys, and as always, I will see you in the next one.